Hey there and welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. My name is Andrew and do I have a special treat for you. Today we're doing an unboxing. Can you guess what it is? If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. If you're a member of the consulting crew, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let's get to it. As I said, welcome to Consult the Blind Guy, and today I have a special treat for you. We're doing an unboxing. If you haven't guessed what it is yet, hold tight because we're about to get into the nitty-gritty of what's in the box. So, as I said, today is a special treat. We're doing an unboxing, and as you can tell, I've got a nice tall stack of boxes here in front of me. I was originally going to place a box onto a TV tray, but considering the weight of this box, I don't want to break it or damage what's in the box, because if you can't tell by the tape here on the seams that it says 48-hour books. So as many of you know, over the past few months and going forward, we have been covering over 100 ways for you to be able to make money from home and online. And one of those ways that I have mentioned in previous videos and will be mentioning in its own dedicated videos is self-publishing books. Whether it's a short book, a long book, a journal, a picture book, a kid's book, little guides, whatever it may be that you specifically want to publish. And today is an exciting day for me because now I can say that I have personally self-published a paperback book. The paperback standard edition is going to be effectively available starting today. Anybody who buys one of the first 100 copies will not only get a signed copy, but a free digital copy as well. And if you're a member of the consulting crew and signed up for the mailing list, you can also potentially get discounts from now on as well periodically. I will be doing various different promotions, giveaways, and so on. So now, let's get into the unboxing. So you're probably going, how come you're doing this now? Well, as many of you know, if you've been here for a while, you know I've already been doing ebooks and have had a couple already, but this is the first actual paperback book that I have self-published myself. And this is just the beginning. I have a second edition in the works, as well as a personal development book that is in the works. And this company that I'm using, 48-hour books, and if you'd like to check out their website or social media, it is 48HR books. And during my research looking for the company I was going to use for my publishing, I went with 48-hour books because one, there's many different companies out there, and two, they all have varying different setups. Some of them have requirements of 100 to 1,000 book minimum order. Some of them don't offer freebies or discounts or price breaks of any kind. Some of them are fairly expensive as well, no matter whether you go a small number of books or a large number of books. 48 Hour Books has a price calculator right on their website where you can get a quick quote. It will ask you how many pages you have, whether they have color pages, pictures, things like that. Will ask you what size of book you want, whether or not it's going to be a paperback or a hardcover. It has plenty of different options for you to be able to choose from. And then it will give you an immediate quote on the cost of you self-publishing. And the cool part is if you would order 100 books, you get an additional 25 books at no cost to you. That's right, 25 free books when you order 100 or more. They also tell you the price breakdown of how much it costs per book to be printed and so on. And then they pride themselves on having your book printed within 48 hours. As you can see, we've got the box open here. We've got a little bit of paper for protection so you don't damage it. And then we have, voila, the income booster. And there's 4 books in each little wrapping right here. So let's see how many we got per box. There's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and 32. 32 books. That's not bad. Should I continue and open another one? Why not? Let's put these back in here. And as I said, for those that order from the first batch of 100 books, I will be hand signing them personally. Not doing like some of them people out there for authors that just do the electronically printed or stamped. I will be personally signing them and putting a nice little memo within each book for those that order. So there is the first 32 books. And for those of you who are probably wondering, everything that is in my book, Income Booster 100 Plus Businesses You Could Start From Home and Ditch the 9 to 5, is everything I'm covering in this playlist here on YouTube. There are many of these that are also posted on my blog, but some of them are not entirely uploaded. I want to give you as much information as possible for free on the blog. However, when it comes to publishing on other platforms like Amazon, KDP, or Barnes & Noble's EPUB, they do have stipulations that everything in your book is not allowed to be published freely on the internet. So there is some that are already there on the blog that are in 100% full detail out of my book. But there's also some of them that will not be published at all because they are worksheets and things like that for you to do. And they are in this book as well. So you can either order a standard print edition, which we are unboxing today, and I will be getting the large print edition printed here fairly soon. And then I also have the digital copy, which is in PDF, format at the moment, and I am actually considering putting it into an EPUB so you can read it on a Kindle device or tablet or any e-reader type device, other than the Mobi style format, which is strictly for Amazon. At this current moment in time, I have no intentions of putting my book on Amazon KDP program. You're probably wondering why I'm not going to do that as well, because it is something that I mentioned as a possibility, but it is not something that I immediately recommend. Now, if you're wanting to just hurry up and get self-published, it is an option, but you also have to consider quite a few different things when it comes to self-publishing with Amazon, because there are many upsides as well as downsides to publishing with Amazon. One of the upsides to publishing with Amazon is that they do a lot of things for you. The downside is though they do a lot of those things for you, it is ultimately costing you in the long run. For instance, there are a couple different ways that you can do the Amazon program. You can just do Amazon's KDP self-publishing and you go with the standard program. Or you have the KDP Select program, where you do have to pay a small amount in order for that program. If you go with just the hurry up and have them do everything and you don't go with the KDP Select program, you are actually going to make less money than you would with the KDP Select. And that is because, one, they're the ones that are doing everything. They're printing your book on demand rather than printing them in bulk like I have just done. They're paying for your ISBN number for your print book and your ebook, because you need an ISBN number if you're going to sell in any storefront style place. Whether it's a digital item or a physical item, you need to have a ISBN number. Now, you'll notice here on my books, I will actually show you. You'll see here that my book on the back does not have a barcode or an ISBN number. Now, you're probably asking, why don't you have an ISBN number and why don't you have a barcode? Simply put, when I went through 48-hour books and we were discussing various different questions I had for the company printing my book, prior to placing my order, I was enlightened a little bit more on a couple things. One, if you're going to use sites like Amazon or Barnes & Nobles or any distributor at all, and you're actually having your book sold within a store, whether it is online or in physical form at Walmart, Target, or whatever store you may choose, it is required that you have an ISBN number as well as a barcode. One ISBN number is $145 or more depending on who you purchase your ISBN number from. Now, if you buy a block of ISBN numbers of 10 or more, the price is cheaper per ISBN number. And then you also have the addition of the barcode. So if I wanted to take this book now and sell on Amazon or on Barnes & Noble, I would not only need one ISBN number for the paperback book, but I would need a second ISBN number for the digital copy. And then on top of that, you would also need the barcode for the physical book. And if you buy 2 ISBN numbers, that is $290 at the minimum, just for those 2 numbers. And then you have the additional cost of purchasing the barcode, which is going to bring you close to $400 just to have those 2 numbers and the barcode. Now, if you buy a 10 block, for instance, you'll spend $400 on 10 of those ISBN numbers. And then you can use them how you wish. You can have one version of your book like this in paperback standard print, which would use 1 ISBN number. Now my paperback large print edition would require a second number, that's 2, and then you have both versions in digital format, so standard print and large print, that would be 4 numbers, with remaining of 6 ISBN numbers that I can use on a future book, or maybe I already have books that I would use them on. And then you only need the barcode, in which case, again, if you have 2 different versions like I do here, standard print and the soon coming large print, you would need 2 barcodes. So ultimately, if you buy more ISBN numbers, you're going to save money. However, if you're doing like I am and you're self-publishing and you're not going to have them in a store, you do not need an ISBN number, but you have to consider that. Do you want to do all the work yourself, invest in everything, having your cover made, having it printed for you, shipped to you, and then you taking care of all the business aspects of self-publishing your book? Or are you going to have your book done, formatted, cover designed, either by yourself or have somebody do it, and then are you going to sell it on a website or in a store, or do you want your book within a library? Because if you say yes to any one of those, you are going to need an ISBN number and a barcode. Why? The ISBN number is what identifies that specific book. So if you have a standard print and a large print book, you have to have 2 ISBN numbers, which will identify each of those books. 1 number for the standard print, 1 for the large print. And if you want your book to be, we'll say, in a local library or in any library within the country, you would need those numbers on those books. That way the library can go, okay, well, we have this book, but we want another 2 or 3 copies. They could type it into your system and it will pull up your exact book, rather than going, okay, well, for example, we want the Income Booster book by Andrew Boris, Consult the Blind Guy, and they do a web search. Not likely to find any currently, but we'll say somebody else out there has a similar named book. Then they're going to have to filter through all those books to find my exact book, rather than somebody else with a similar name. And then if you're selling it online or in a store, you have to have the barcode. That way, 1, it makes it easier for the store to process for sales, but it also makes it easier for them to reorder your book besides just typing in an ISBN number. So just consider those few facts. Are you going to be wanting to self-publish your book and do everything yourself to save money, or are you going to outsource to a platform that is going to do 99% of the stuff for you, but you are not going to make any real money in return? Yes, you do make royalties off of your book, but it is considerably less than what you can potentially make by doing things yourself. The reason I bring this up, not only from my own personal experience of doing research, is because one of my cousins just did her own book, 3 a.m. Sunglasses, which is about her journey as a Native American woman dealing with sex trafficking and the loss of children and siblings being abused and all kinds of stuff because of being in the Native community and the issues that we face as Native Americans. And she did her book on Amazon, and it's awesome to say that she has actually sold over 3,000 copies of her book. However, for those 3,000 books that she has sold on Amazon, she is not going to make all that much money at all. Within the first week, she had over 200 copies sold, and she is going to make less than $15 for that first 2 weeks. And then on top of it, Amazon pays on a quarterly basis for your royalties. So within 3 months, depending on how well your book sells, you could literally only make cents to a few dollars. Now, myself, I would rather make a few dollars than to merely make cents. Now, yes, any income extra is good, but you have to weigh those options. And if you're not in the KDP Select program, you're going to run less chances of making a fair amount of royalty from your books unless it sells like thousands upon thousands of copies, because of the way that they have their guidelines set. If you have a print book and a digital book, you're going to have 2 sets of criteria you have to follow in the aspect of file size, your ISBN numbers, and everything else. Because if you have your book, we'll take mine for example. If you list my book on Amazon for anything between $2.99 and $14.99, you will get more royalties from Amazon. However, if you take your book and you price it anything over $14.99, they are going to take more money from you out of your royalties for their cost. As I said, there is an upside and a downside to self-publishing with those companies, so be sure that if you're going to self-publish, that you weigh your options on what you want to do, what you don't want to do, and what you are willing to make by going through platforms like Amazon. So we're going to go through the next box, see how many we have here. This is a stack of 3, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and 31. You're probably wondering, well, why is that box short one? Because I ordered 100 books, so I received 125. And again, if you're interested in purchasing a book, you can find the link in the description below for you to be able to get ordering information, get signed up to be able to get updates on when the next edition will be available for the large print edition, as well as how you can get the digital edition, as well as any promotions and discounts that I will be doing for the book. And as I said, anybody who orders out of the first 100 will receive a signed copy as well as a free digital copy. And again, if you're curious and you're thinking about doing your own self-publishing, depending on the number of pages that your book is, whether you have pictures, whether you have color pictures, all plays a factor. There are plenty of different options in the choice for your book covers. You can either have them design a cover for you, you can use your own cover design, and you have multiple different styles of extras that you can choose from for your book cover. You can have it with extra UV coating, you can have it textured, you can have a hardcover. There is plenty of different options. They also have different paper weights that you can choose from, laminates, all kinds of different things to choose from. And then you have 3 different styles of paper that you could choose from, whether it's a child's book, a landscape style book, a square book, or a portrait style book like mine, in various different sizes. You also have 4 different styles of binding to choose from, whether it is perfect binding like mine, a spiral binding, staple binding, or a stitched binding. Each of them has their own requirements on page counts and things like that, but 48-hour books is fairly quick to process your orders. They are very inexpensive compared to many of the other companies out there for self-publishing. Their customer service, I swear, is unmatched. You can go on Monday through Friday from the beginning of the morning until close and chat directly with one of their customer service representatives, and they will answer you within 2 minutes, because every time I have contacted them prior to placing my order and even after I placed my order, it was less than 2 minutes to post my question and immediately get connected to one of the representatives, and they will stay on that chat with you until you have all your questions answered. So thank you 48-hour books for taking the time to assist me prior to my order and after doing my order. It is greatly appreciated. Again, their website is 48hrbooks.com. As you can tell, they are well packaged, and depending on where you are compared to the company depends on how soon it will be for you to receive your order. The company has 2 facilities, one in Ohio, and I do believe the second is in Nevada. I am lucky enough to be within the 24-hour shipping area, and they can go up to 3 days for shipping, if I remember correct from their map on their site. And depending on where you're located, depends on which facility will actually make your order. If you're in the Great Lakes area, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, And on the east, your order will be done by the facility in Ohio. If you're in the west, your orders would be placed by the facility in Nevada. But as I said a moment ago, they pride themselves on quick turnaround. You place your order in within 48 hours of approval of your proofs and your book cover. They will begin the printing process, and within 48 hours it will be finished, boxed, and shipped. In total, I placed my order on a Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday evening, just before they closed, I received my proof PDF. I could have had a proof book that they would have sent me overnight for an additional fee, but I chose to just do the quick proof PDF. In the following morning on Thursday, they began the printing process. Friday evening, my printing was done. Yesterday, Monday morning, they finished the packaging and had it shipped out by the end of the day. And thankfully, I am within the 24-hour zone, so my books made it to me this afternoon. And as you can see, I've got 4 boxes of books. You're probably going, why are you opening them all? Well, I want to make sure I have all my books, just to be on the safe side, because you never know, mistakes can happen. So just to be safe. And as I had mentioned, if you sign up on the link below, it will give you information on how you can order a copy of the Income Booster. 100 plus businesses you can start from home and ditch the 9 to 5, as well as they updated on the upcoming large print edition that will be getting done soon, as well as discounts, promos, and giveaways. Have you yourself considered doing a self-publishing of your own book? I'd love to hear. And that, my friends, is all 125 books. So as I mentioned, if you're considering to do self-publishing, I would highly recommend checking out 48 Hour Books. There are awesome people to work with. They have a very knowledgeable staff that can help you with getting your book published. They'll answer all your questions. You can also have them design a book cover for you, or you can have your own done already. If you follow them on social media, you can potentially save some money on having your order done, as well as they do periodic discounts for the holidays and everything else as well, plus just general promotion deals. So here is a close-up view of the book cover. The back cover and the spine. The standard print edition is 375 pages overall. And as I had mentioned at the beginning of the video, I cover all of the ways that I have been mentioning in the previous videos and in the future videos for this playlist Income Booster on how you can make money from home and online. And there is literally a ton of information, tips, tricks, and things to consider in this book when it comes to each and every topic. It has literally taken me a year to make this book. I created the book cover myself. Every aspect of this book is all me. So I hope that you enjoyed today's unboxing and found it helpful, informative, and exciting. And again, if you're interested in ordering a copy of the book, the link is down in the description to where you can sign up to get updates on the large print, giveaways, promotions, ordering information, and everything else. And if you have any questions, by all means, please feel free to drop them down below in the comment section. I will get back to you as soon as possible. You can also hit me up on any of the social media channels by direct message, or you can also email me at andrew@consultablindguy.com. I hope you enjoyed today's unboxing. Until the next time, stay safe, have a great day or evening depending on where you are in the world. Please don't forget to subscribe so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. And we will catch you in the next episode. Have a great one.